Welcome to another top 5, whatever type of list. First, before I get started, some of you probably noticed my bedspread is missing. Well, because I got a little sick today, and I got some of the stuff. I vomited a little bit of stuff on my bedspread, so currently it's in the wash right now. Those of you curious about that. All right, these are the top 5 couples that were forced. Yeah, the romance was very forced, either by editorial or just because. And these relationships started for absolutely no reason at all. But one of these is currently ongoing, and the other one, another one, basically is on this list is that this one basically ended because of a crossover event. Yep. But yeah, here are the top 5 couples whose relationships were forced. All right, now before I get started, Johnny Storm and Medusa. Not gonna throw that one on this list, simply because this one's been hinted at since the 60s. So that one's not on the list. Wolverine and Storm, not on the list. Same reason. Hinted at for years. These two have been tracked to each other. And these two were in a relationship for pretty much 2 years before Wolverine died. Let's see. Was there any other one? No, not that I can think of, no. But those are the only two I can think of that are not on this list because there was hints at it, and basically anybody can tell that for these couples they were attracted to each other, and there's that. Alright. Same thing with Black Panther and Storm, which I've heard is considered to be one of the best relationships in modern day. And yeah, there's that. Alright, number 5 is Gorgon and Medusa. Yeah, I have no idea why Al Ewing wanted to put these two in a relationship. Why? Why do I feel like that? Because there's really no reason why. Because we just had an event just not too long ago where he had it with Medusa and a relationship with Johnny Storm, a relationship that was going pretty good for pretty much about 2 years, a little over a year, like about a year and a half. And then the relationship abruptly ends, and then she goes back to her husband, and then she just sends him off to a prison someplace, and then she starts a relationship with Gorgon. Yeah, there was no build to the relationship with Hull. As far as I know, there has never been any hint of this at all for years. And these two are cousins. Kind of the same thing with Black Bolt and Medusa, but the thing is, they love each other for years. I accept that, and it's not like icky. Some royal families would do this. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's kind of how it is with the royal family of the UK, where Queen Elizabeth's husband is actually her third cousin. Look it up, it's completely true. So, yeah, this relationship was completely necessary, and I have no idea what Al Ewing did this for. And this happened just a couple issues back, where it's like, oh, Medusa like, oh, how long have you had feelings for me? And he's like, for the past few years. And they make out, and then the next issue they have sex. Yeah. A relationship that's completely unnecessary, and yeah. I wouldn't mind if Gorgon went any other woman, but not Medusa. Yeah, this honestly made no freaking sense. Yeah. Alright. Number 4, and Tivia probably would have thought that this one would be a little bit higher, maybe even number 1. But number 4 is Peter Parker and Carly Cooper. Yeah, this one. A relationship that in comic form lasted for a year. And this just happened all of a sudden. And apparently this is actually one of those two relationships on this list that was forced forced by higher ups. This case, it was because of Joe Quesada was forcing this relationship on everybody. Yeah, I don't blame the other writers at Amazing who wrote Amazing Spider-Man for doing this. It was Joe Quesada basically from what I've heard. Joe Quesada was trying to push this relationship on everybody, even though we had just come off the controversial One More Day crap, which he himself basically had a humongous hand in. So, yeah, that was that point where we really wanted One More Day to reverse, and since it's been 10 years, who the heck knows if it's going to reverse now. But, yeah, this relationship completely necessary, and abruptly ends because Peter never bothered to tell Carly that he is Spider-Man. That is the reason the relationship ended. Yep. Alright, that was number 4. Alright. Number 3, Mr. Terrific and Power Girl. Now, some of you are thinking, which Mr. Terrific? There's two of them. There's Terry Stallone and Michael Holt. I'm talking about Michael Holt. Yes. And this relationship only happened in the pages of Mr. Terrific, where when the New 52 first started, Power Girl was relegated to be Mr. Terrific's girlfriend. Was there a reason for this? Don't know. The series abruptly ended after 8 issues before we got proper explanation for this. And then when these two went to the Earth 2 series, this relationship was never mentioned. Yeah, Mr. Terrific basically interacted with Power Girl a lot, and there's no mention of their relationship at all. Nope, no mention at all of their relationship. Yeah, it was mentioned in the World's Finest series, but when Power Girl got back to Earth 2, there was no mention of it at all. Yeah, it's like either Tom Taylor forgot about this relationship, or he just simply didn't care. Yeah, this is one relationship I kind of felt as though was definitely forced and never mentioned in your book except for World's Finest. And this is not the original World's Finest comic book that started back in the 40s. I'm talking about the one started by Paul Levitz and George Perez. I'm talking about that book. The one that lasted for 32 issues. I think it ended about a couple of years, at least about 3 years ago. I think it was in, and after 32 issues. I'm trying to remember. I think it ended in 2014, I believe it did. Yeah, this was after the main original two left the book after its 26, and the last 6 issue was simply put a backstory for the Trinity series. Yep. All right. Number 2, and Josh Hayes basically agrees with me on this one. Luke Fox and Barbara Gordon. No build. It's just a relationship just that older couple because they made out. Yep. And how long did the relationship last for? About 5 issues. And then by issue 50, they broke up. Yep, by issue 50, they broke up. As far as I know, there was no reason for the breakup. It just abruptly ended. You have to basically thank the creative team. This was not Gail Simone at this point writing the Batgirl book. I think it was Brandon Fletcher and Becky Cohen. You have to blame them for doing this. Honestly, I really wanted Luke Fox to be in another book, but I didn't want him to be in a relationship with Barbara Gordon because this, I kind of felt as though was unnecessary due to the fact there was a hint of attraction to him and another woman in his own series. As far as I know, there has never been mentioned this relationship at all with anybody in the air title.
Yeah, we're not ready to talk to Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, but I managed to clean up my mess. No, not my bed, on my floor. Yes, I did, and I sprayed the floor with grease to cover up the smell. Yeah. Yeah. I also did, because I was heading to the bathroom. Okay, and I got a little bit of my bedspread. So I put it, yeah, I washed my bedspread, I got a little bit of my blanket, and I got a little bit on the shower curtain as well, so I put all 3 in the wash. Yeah, I put them in the wash machine. Because I know you would have said something about it if I didn't wash it because of all the splatter on it. Okay. The shower curtain, the liner is still up there. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This happened like right after I had my bar. No, I don't think I have had it. Okay. Alright. I think I can take that. No, I don't feel like I have a fever. No. It was just after 3:30. Bar. Yep. Mm-hmm. Seems like for me it took a little bit longer than to get to me. Mm. Yep. Mm-hmm. I hope not. No, she was down here a little bit. Yeah, she's staying here about 10 minutes. Wasn't very long. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call with my mom. Yep. So, yeah, where was I? Oh, yes. On the Luke Fox thing. Yeah, it just abruptly ended, and yeah, there's that. Alright. Number one, and this will probably make Tivia happy because even he agrees this relationship was unnecessary, and from what I've heard, was forced by DC editorial in the late 90s in the Green Lantern book. This is Green Lantern Volume 3, mind you, when Kyle Rayner was Green Lantern. And what relationship of his basically was forcing everybody? Him and Donna Troy. Yep, somebody at DC thought this be a good idea. I read it. Yep, it definitely felt forced. It was completely unnecessary. And the relationship ended on good terms. But the way it started just happened abruptly. They were together in the comic roughly about 2 years. And then they broke up, and then he went to Jade. Yep. But yeah, this is the number one. Kyle Rayner and Donna Troy. Relationship that was completely unnecessary. And this relationship was brought up, I believe, in the pages of Rise of Arsenal, where Roy is like, hey, you decided to hop into space, but you decided to go into space with Kyle Rayner for a couple of years. Yeah, because she has a reputation doing that. And a relationship people did want Donna Troy, aside from her husband, was that with Roy Harper. It relates to having it briefly. But yeah. Kyle Rayner and Donna Troy. A relationship that was completely unnecessary, but on good terms. It wasn't like abruptly ended like like the other ones on this list, with the exception of Gorgon and Medusa. That just started just recently. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Stay tuned for whenever I get a chance to do I think it's like a top 30 list of forgotten Marvel teams from the past several years. where when their series ended, nobody wants to talk about it anymore. Nope, they just abruptly end and no mention what happened to the team. Okay? Until I see you all in my next video. Bye.